This is about the time where I fall in because I'm feeling a little overconfident.
Oh
no! My name is Dr. Mike Lang. As both a health researcher and adventure guide, I've seen how being outdoors enhances the well-being of family caregivers. Jeremy Saunders has also connected with hundreds of caregivers as the co-host of the Sick Boy podcast. Together with Sam, a mother of a childhood cancer survivor, we are paddling through the Badlands of Alberta and talking about finding balance in the midst of demanding caregiving situations. This is Caregivers in the Wild. Awesome, look at this.
All right, Jer.
If it's 80% looks, we are 90% of the way there. Have you ever done this? Like stand-up paddleboarding?
You know what? Okay, yes, but not like a lot.
Well, I haven't done this before either, so.
Oh, okay, great.
Jeremy is going to teach us how to paddleboard.
One of the key points to balancing is actually your paddle. So standing here right now, like I have 2 points of contact. Your paddle is your third. So if you feel like you're going to tip, you can literally take your paddle, put it into the ground or into the water and push to try to keep yourself up.
Yeah, I love the idea of when your paddle's in the water, that's when you're most stable.
I know, that's
right?
so
Yeah.
counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but I am gonna try to do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
My daughter was 10 years old. She was diagnosed with cancer. She was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma. When you're a parent and you're caring for them takes on a whole new meaning. And having to listen and understand and learn the information to keep your child alive. Oh, Jer! Nope! Okay. You're right. My instinct is to take my paddle out.
How did you balance that? Like the trying to, glean as much info as you could while also juggling being a mom?
You know, I don't think you do balance it. I think you try. You get used to being in that hyper-vigilant headspace. So, like, balance for me would be like, am I breathing?
Sam, I saw you doing some yoga during your quiet time this morning. Is that something that you've done a lot of?
Yeah, it's centering, alignment, remembering to breathe.
We've been talking a lot about how there is no balance in a caregiving situation, but there's
Right.
moments of balance, right?
That's
And
right.
It's not, so the breathing was a moment
That's right.
of trying to rebalance in the midst of a very difficult, chaotic caregiving experience, right?
The interesting part about yoga too is combining breath with the groundedness, right? So in tree pose, your 3 points of contact are your heel, the big toe ball of your foot, and the pinky toe ball of your foot. 3 points,
Yeah.
driving them into the earth. But again, you can take all of that and it translates right back to caregiving.
Yeah, totally. Like what are those 3 points of contact for you as a caregiver, right? Like it could be a spouse, a best friend, or practicing yoga.
Yeah.
Like we all have these people or activities or resources that help stabilize us mentally and emotionally.
That's it. Yeah. Oh, look at that though.
No way.
Okay.
No way.
That thing's huge.
That's got to be dinosaur. That is amazing. Look at the size of this. This one right here is definitely one.
I realized that it's when you're out of balance that you become the strongest. I mean, even just physically, when you're out of balance, you're forced to use all of these little muscles and, you're forced to use parts of your body that you don't always use. And so it actually makes you stronger. And so from a caregiver's perspective, maybe it's okay to be out of balance because maybe that's how you're building your strength. So yeah, I think sometimes being out of balance is not such a bad thing.
I feel like it's almost a necessity. Like the first day you got on the stand-up paddleboard, you're out of balance. There's not a lot of balance there. And in order to find balance, it's necessary for you to know what that imbalance feels like.
Yeah.
I think it just makes me think about how the key is just understanding that although it's necessary, it doesn't need to stay that way. Right?
It's a real instinct when you're caring for your child to always try to protect them. But I think it's important to let the person you're caring for, especially if it's your child, let them get wobbly too sometimes. Let them fumble, let them fall, let them come out of balance so that they can also learn their strength.
Wow, what a cool thought. Like viewing an experience like cancer that, throws your whole family's life out of balance as something that can actually strengthen you,
Yeah.
right? And make everyone more resilient.
Absolutely.
I love that.